The Sum of All Fears, released in 2002, is a gripping political thriller based on Tom Clancy's novel of the same name. The film is directed by Phil Alden Robinson and features Ben Affleck as Jack Ryan, a CIA analyst who finds himself at the center of a potential global catastrophe. The story begins with a chilling prologue set during the Yom Kippur War, where a nuclear bomb is lost in the Golan Heights after a fighter jet is shot down. Fast forward to the present day, a group of neo-fascists discovers the bomb and plans to use it to incite a war between the United States and Russia. The film's tension is built on the precarious balance between these two superpowers and the potential for misunderstanding and conflict escalation. As the plot unfolds, Jack Ryan is tasked with analyzing increasing tensions between the U.S. and Russia. The film introduces the audience to a new Russian president, Alexander Nemerov, played by Ciarán Hinds, who is perceived by the U.S. as a hardliner. Meanwhile, Ryan discovers alarming evidence that complicates the geopolitical landscape. The neo-fascists are attempting to manipulate both nations into a nuclear exchange. The terrorists' plan involves detonating the stolen nuclear weapon at a Baltimore football game, framing the Russians for the attack, and thereby sparking World War III. This premise sets the stage for a nerve-wracking race against time, as Ryan must unravel the conspiracy and prevent the unthinkable. Jack Ryan's character is portrayed as an intelligent yet somewhat inexperienced analyst, suddenly thrust into a world of high-stakes espionage and geopolitical strategy. Supporting Ryan is CIA Director William Cabot, played by Morgan Freeman, who provides a seasoned counterbalance to Ryan's youthful enthusiasm. Their dynamic drives much of the film's tension and narrative depth, as both characters navigate a maze of political and military challenges. The film also delves into the themes of trust and deception within international diplomacy, with Ryan and Cabot working tirelessly to communicate with their Russian counterparts and prevent a disastrous misunderstanding that could lead to nuclear war. The action intensifies when the terrorists successfully detonate the bomb in Baltimore, leading to widespread panic and destruction. The harrowing depiction of the aftermath is both a visual and emotional centerpiece of the film, highlighting the devastating consequences of nuclear conflict. In the chaos, Ryan's determination is put to the test as he races to provide evidence to both U.S. President Fowler, played by James Cromwell, and President Nemerov that neither side is responsible for the attack. The film expertly maintains suspense and urgency, with Ryan's efforts to avert war complicated by the threat of a full-scale military response from both nations. Ultimately, The Sum of All Fears culminates in a tense standoff, with Ryan managing to communicate directly with President Nemerov in a last-ditch effort to prevent further escalation. The resolution hinges on Ryan's ability to convince both leaders of the true perpetrators behind the attack, leading to a reluctant but necessary de-escalation. The film closes on a cautiously optimistic note, with the potential for improved U.S.-Russia relations, while also leaving audiences reflecting on the fragility of peace and the ease with which fear and misinformation can lead to catastrophic consequences. Through its effective blend of action, political intrigue, and character development, The Sum of All Fears presents a riveting exploration of the complexities and dangers inherent in global diplomacy. Released in 2002, The Sum of All Fears is a political thriller film that often flies under the radar when discussing early 2000s cinema, yet it carries a treasure trove of intriguing behind-the-scenes secrets. Directed by Phil Alden Robinson, the film is an adaptation of Tom Clancy's novel of the same name, and it features a younger Jack Ryan portrayed by Ben Affleck. One fascinating aspect of the production is how the filmmakers had to navigate the sensitive political climate of the early 2000s. Originally, the villains in the movie were intended to be Islamic terrorists, akin to the novel. However, due to the September 11th attacks, the filmmakers altered the script to feature neo-Nazis instead, reflecting a shift in sensitivity and perception of global threats at the time. For those interested in Easter eggs, there are several nods to Tom Clancy's broader universe within the film. In one notable scene, an aircraft carrier is shown with the name USS Vinson, a reference to the USS Carl Vinson, which is featured prominently in several of Clancy's books. Another subtle nod is the casting of James Cromwell as President Fowler, who delivers a nuanced performance that echoes the complex political landscapes depicted in Clancy's novels. Additionally, the film's technical advisor, William J. Daugherty, was an actual form RCIA officer, ensuring that the movie's depiction of espionage and intelligence operations was as authentic as possible. The psychological depth of The Sum of All Fears lies in its ability to explore fear and paranoia during a time of global uncertainty. The film delves into the psychology of decision-making under pressure, particularly focusing on how fear can cloud judgment and lead to catastrophic consequences. Jack Ryan's character embodies this theme as he navigates the labyrinthine world of intelligence, trying to prevent a nuclear war based on incomplete information and assumptions. The movie cleverly plays on the Cold War-era paranoia, but updates it for a post-Cold War audience, illustrating how fear can persist even after the apparent resolution of global conflicts. From a production standpoint, the film's attention to detail is remarkable, especially in its depiction of military and intelligence protocols. The filmmaker spared no expense in achieving authenticity, hiring former military personnel and intelligence experts to consult on the film. The use of real-world technology and genuine locations, such as the exterior shots of the CIA headquarters, added a layer of realism that was crucial to the film's tension-filled narrative. Moreover, the special effects team employed groundbreaking techniques to depict the nuclear explosion in Baltimore, creating a harrowing and visually stunning sequence that remains memorable to this day. The impact and legacy of The Sum of All Fears are multifaceted. While the film did not achieve the same level of critical acclaim as its predecessors like The Hunt for Red October, it nonetheless succeeded in reigniting interest in the Jack Ryan franchise. Ben Affleck's portrayal of a younger, less experienced Jack Ryan offered a new take on the character, paving the way for future adaptations and reboots. Additionally, the film's exploration of nuclear terrorism remains relevant, as it touches on the ever-present threat of weapons of mass destruction in a modern context, a topic that continues to resonate with audiences and policymakers alike. In the years since its release, The Sum of All Fears has garnered a cult following, appealing to fans of political thrillers and Tom Clancy's work. Its blend of intense action, geopolitical intrigue, and psychological tension offers a unique viewing experience that stands apart from other entries in the genre. As a podcast topic, the movie provides ample material for discussion, from its production challenges and creative decisions to its psychological themes and lasting impact on the espionage thriller genre. It's a film that, while perhaps overshadowed by others in the Jack Ryan series, remains a compelling exploration of fear and the precarious balance of global peace.